Hello everybody, Tyrone the God 3 here, and welcome back to Dragon Ball Super Reviews. Last week I did not do a Dragon Ball Super review of episode number 18 because my computer was running on the fritz, which caused me to hold back on that review, so I'm going to decide to go ahead and review episodes 18 and 19 both together. Thankfully, nothing giant happens in between. I mean, yeah, something obviously big happens. I won't ignore the elephant in the room, but these two episodes I think are good to go ahead and review both at once. So I'll be reviewing number 18. I've come to training begins on Beerus' planet, and number 19, Despair Once More, Revival of the Empire, Frieza. So with these two episodes, I'll just go in order with plot summary, but I'll briefly graze over the plot summary because it's basically just Resurrection F's beginning. In the episode 18, there was some things I like, and they did answer one of my questions that I had when I reviewed episode 17. Goku ends up getting his gi because Whis made it. So, does it seem really quick? Yeah. Kinda, but I'm guessing that Whis kind of predicted that Goku was gonna wind up on the planet because he welcomed Goku to train with Vegeta with basically no problem. What we see here is a classic type of training, and I say classic type of training because usually in anime they have these training sessions where your training isn't actual training; it's to do household chores. And one of the household chores consisted of them not waking up Beerus while he's asleep, but they had to change his covers. So I thought that was pretty interesting. It introduced some really nice moments, and I like looking into Goku and Vegeta's training. One of their training methods I thought was really cool was when they had to lift the weights and run across this little bridgeway thing that goes up to the planet, but they have to do it fast because each of the pieces of the floor fall if they don't make it in time, so they're forcing themselves to go even faster. And we also get a little bit of confirmation that Vegeta and Goku, even though Vegeta had a head start in training, they're more or less even. I'm guessing since Goku had God Ki already, he was able to do some of that stuff first. One of the things that's also to note is that Vegeta is starting to be able to sense God Ki, so I'm guessing that he's retaining God Ki of his own because he was able to sense Whis and Goku's arrival before they even got to the planet, so that was pretty cool. So yeah, overall the training is going pretty well for them. I really like it. I like the moment that Whis has with the Oracle Fish too, because they're playing I guess we can call it intergalactic checkers or whatever. It's they move these little light orbs towards each other. It looks like checkers, but it also explains a lot about how Goku and Vegeta aren't going Super Saiyan during the training, and it's to teach them to practice in their regular base forms to get those up and reaching those to God level rather than relying solely on Super Saiyan transformation, which is a boost. And I like that. I really do. And I think Vegeta and Goku kind of knew this already because they've taken lessons from when they trained in the hyperbolic time chamber. So that was a really nice moment. Other than that, we see the big moment in this episode is where Vados and Champa actually appear, but it's weird. They only appear for a couple of seconds and they don't really do much. Their entrance into the episode was just about as fulfilling as seeing them in the trailers for Dragon Ball Super. We see their faces, but that's about it. They don't really say much. They go, oh crap, this is the wrong place. And that's it. Then the episode ends. I do like this moment though. While the ship is cruising across space, Frieza's ship or Frieza's soldiers are traveling across space. We see Vados and Champa pass them up and almost run them the hell over. So that was pretty cool. Just to see that saga will be a part of the Resurrection F saga. It's the prelude to their saga. So then that was the end of episode 18. Then episode 19, Despair Once More, Revival of the Evil Emperor Frieza. This episode digs a little bit more into the Resurrection F plotline, but to me, I want to say it's going a little fast. And I say it's going a little fast due to the fact that certain events end up happening in really fast moments. For example, everything is happening, and we see that they found all Emperor Pilaf, Shu, and Mai have found all 7 Dragon Balls now, rather than finding 6, and Sorbet and Taguma making them find the 7th one underwater, stuff like that. Instead, they find the 7th Dragon Ball in a cave. And when they find it in a cave, Sorbet and Tagoma make the plan to go to Earth and go ahead and force them to give up the Dragon Ball. I also want to mention that in episode 19, we officially get an opening change. It's the same song and the exact same animations, only with slightly different animations. And a lot of people are probably going to be turned off by this, but it's something that Dragon Ball's been doing for a while. Dragon Ball Kai did it. Dragon Ball Z kept Sha-La-La all the way up till the Majin Buu saga. Dragon Ball Kai kept Dragon Soul all the way up to the Majin Buu saga. So odds are they're going to keep Chozetsu dynamic all the way up until the Buu saga. I'm just kidding. They're going to keep it all the way up until probably the Universe 6 saga. Once the Universe 6 saga comes around, they're probably going to change it up. But for now, I expected them to keep the same song. The animation's pretty cool, considering that Goku turns Super Saiyan God blue in the background. It's only awkward though because he still retains his normal state hair. So yeah, that makes it look a little weird. But he does have his gi chained while it's happening though, so that's pretty cool too. And they show off Jocko a little bit more too. But anyway, in this episode, other than that, we see that Taguma and Sorbet have forced Emperor Pilaf and his gang in order to summon the dragon. So we get Shenron. And this is what I don't get. Well, it's not that I don't get it, but they kind of screwed with continuity here. What they ended up doing is having Shenron grant 3 wishes. But he can't do that. Shenron can only grant 2 wishes. Because bringing back somebody from the dead takes out a lot of energy. So they ended up bringing back Frieza, and then they were able to do another wish so that they can get Shu 1 million zenny, or 10 million zenny, and then Mai got to get her wish of some ice cream. And I'm like, whoa. Shenron can't perform 3 wishes, you're thinking of Porunga. So they're screwing over continuity right there, I'm not sure. And as proof, Resurrection F only performs the first 2 wishes. Mai didn't get her damn ice cream because they couldn't do it. Wishing somebody back takes up way too much energy. So, yeah. But other than that, they end up bringing Frieza back into bits. And I actually do like the fact that they showed what happened when Trunks sliced Frieza up in the first place, because they used the original footage from Dragon Ball Z, and that was really cool. But then after all of that said and done, they get Frieza's bits and pieces, and we go through the exact same motions, although there is this one scene that's really cool with Piccolo and Pan. Rather than Piccolo just rocking Pan's chair back and forth, he also does like these little faces and makes Pan laugh, and it's kind of funny. So then, after all of that, they take Frieza's body parts back, and then a certain character makes a fun little Easter egg cameo appearance, and I'm not going to spoil that because I thought it was a really nice touch that they even put him in there. So, after all of that said and done, we see that they go ahead and rejuvenate Frieza. Once they go and rejuvenate Frieza, I'm sure they're probably going to get more into that in the next episode, but Frieza's basically come back to life now. And with Frieza back to life, we got Tagoma being a lot more iffy about the Frieza coming back to life thing, because he says that Frieza more or less is arrogant and it wouldn't make a big difference by bringing one person back to life or some crap like that. But, so yeah, we can see that Tagoma's gonna die soon anyway. So after all of that said and done, the episode basically ends. We see that Goku and Vegeta are actually training with Whis some more, and we see that Whis has put the insignia on Goku and Vegeta way earlier than he did last time. So he's got the insignia on Goku and Vegeta, and that's basically it as far as like plot-wise. The next episode then comes on and shows previews of stuff that's going to happen. How do I feel about both of these episodes? Honestly, I feel that they're going through the Resurrection F saga kind of fast to me, and that makes me worry about what's going to happen later on. And what I mean by later on, I mean because they did some things in these two episodes really fast, almost to the point where I'm almost concerned that they skipped something that wasn't even in the movie. But they're going through this stuff really fast, which is making me nervous because then that means they're probably going to skip Frieza's training. And if they skip Frieza's training, I'm going to be really pissed off by the saga because the whole reason I wanted to see the saga was to see how Frieza got stronger within 4 months to match up against God Goku and God Vegeta. Like, I need to know this. And if they skip all of that and get straight to Frieza's attack in the next episode, which the title of the episode is confirming that shit's happening, then I'm gonna, like, what the hell? They had a whole saga to answer my question, and they didn't even answer my question. I know they're in a hurry to get to the action, but at the exact same time, some exposition would be nice. I just don't like the fact that they're not really going to do much to explain. Hopefully this episode does a good job explaining it, the next one that comes up. But I'm a bit worried that Frieza's 4-month training is going to be reduced to like a couple of flashbacks. And I don't want that. Because I'm not convinced of whatever training method that Frieza took in order to become God-like powerful. So yeah. Anyway, overall, I gotta say these two episodes were really good. I really liked watching them. It was really cool I'd say episode 19 was more enjoyable to me than episode, episode 18 was more enjoyable to me than episode 19. Episode 19 was basically Resurrection F's beginning, but like done at super speed, which is weird because the movie should have been the faster version. But anyway, with that all said, it was good to see that we're getting to the Resurrection F stuff though. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what's gonna happen. We also get a bit of a preview, which I'll talk about. In the preview, we see that Jocko sees Goten and Trunks. So Goten and Trunks, I think, are confirmed to be involved in this Resurrection F iteration rather than the movie's iteration. In the movie, I'm guessing it was just the writer just didn't want to write in Goten and Trunks or something. I don't know. But the movie didn't have them. But the saga's confirmed that they'll be in the next episode because they shown their faces. Episode 20 is Warning from Jocko, Frieza, and 1,000 soldiers are fast approaching. And like I said, that makes me nervous because that means Frieza's training completely got skipped over. But with that said, you all, I'll see you all then, everybody. Tyrone the God 3, out.